November 5th, 2024. Daily Bread. Passage 2 Samuel, chapter 17, verse 1 through verse 14. Key verse 14. Title: God frustrates Ahithophel's advice. Ahithophel said to Absalom, "I would choose 12,000 men and set out tonight in pursuit of David. I would attack him while he is weary and weak. I would strike him with terror, and then all the people with him will flee. I would strike down only the king, and bring all the people back to you. The death of the man you seek will mean the return of all. All the people will be unharmed." This plan seemed good to Absalom and to all the elders of Israel. But Absalom said, "Summon also Hushai, the Archite, so we can hear what he has to say as well." When Hushai came to him, Absalom said, "Ahithophel has given this advice. Should we do what he says? If not, give us your opinion." Hushai replied to Absalom, "The advice Ahithophel has given is not good this time. You know your father and his men. They are fighters, and as fierce as a wild bear robbed of her cubs. Besides, your father is an experienced fighter. He will not spend the night with the troops. Even now, he is hidden in a cave or some other place. If he should attack your troops first, whoever hears about it will say, 'There has been a slaughter among the troops who follow Absalom.' Then even the bravest soldier, whose heart is like the heart of a lion, will melt with fear, for all Israel knows that your father is a fighter, and that those with him are brave. So I advise you, let all Israel, from Dan to Beersheba, as numerous as the sand on the seashore, be gathered to you, with you yourself leading them into battle. Then we will attack him wherever he may be found, and we will fall on him as dew settles on the ground. Neither he nor any of his men will be left alive. If he withdraws into a city, then all Israel will bring ropes to that city, and we will drag it down to the valley until not so much as a pebble is left." Absalom and all the men of Israel said, "The advice of Hushai the Archite is better than that of Ahithophel, for the Lord had determined to frustrate the good advice of Ahithophel in order to bring disaster on Absalom." Daily Bread Message. Ahithophel advised Absalom to set out in a quick surprise attack against David, who was still on the west side of the Jordan. He recommended capturing and killing David only. This would cause panic among David's followers, scattering them. Although Ahithophel's counsel was well accepted by Absalom and his men, Absalom hesitated and sought a second opinion from Hushai. Absalom was afraid to fight against David because he had witnessed his father's past military achievements. Evidently, the hand of God was at work, answering David's prayer. Hearing of Ahithophel's plan, Hushai's heart might have sunk. He counseled Absalom to remember that David was a man of war and should not be attacked hastily. He also flattered Absalom's pride by counseling him to prepare for a full-scale war led by Absalom, not Ahithophel. Absalom and his men favored Hushai's advice. God had determined Ahithophel's advice would be defeated. Ahithophel's plan was smart, but David's prayer to God was mightier. For the foolishness of God is wiser than human wisdom. God is in control, Smart human plans cannot overthrow what God has determined. Prayer moves the hand of God. Prayer. Lord, human wisdom cannot overcome what you have determined. Help me to pray earnestly. One word, prayer triumphs.